Hello, we're going to go over a few tasks that I do daily and monthly that really help keep me organized. Hopefully, these will help you as well. We'll probably edit this list down the road as needed. So each day when I clock in, I check my emails for anything that's urgent or an emergency that might have come up since the last time I was at work. If any of these urgent issues have come in via email, take care of those first before you do anything else, whether you need to forward those to your manager, if they weren't CC'd on the email, or if it's something that you can take care of right away, if you need to contact project managers to let them know what's happening. These are very, very important to take care of those right away as soon as you clock in. The next thing that I do is I check my work calendar for any tasks that I've set up for myself. These could be um, drafting agendas on a certain day, prepping or completing minutes from the previous meeting, assembling board packets, sending out notices, work notices to the homeowners, water shut off notices, anything that might need to be email blasted. That's what I do. That next thing on the list. Then I go back to my work emails and I work on those for about an hour. You might, when you first start doing this, want to set a timer, maybe on your phone for, 60 minutes, 90 minutes to work on your emails. And then, because you don't want to get stuck working on your emails all day long, you'll never get anything else completed. So just work on them from about an hour, hour and a half. And then once you're done with that, then take a break from your emails and then work on your next projects, which could be either go back and finish up anything that you have on your calendar that you didn't get completed, or go to your punch lists that your managers have set up from your previous meetings and work on those items that they have designated for you to take care of. That could be, sending out proposal requests, could be writing letters, could be contacting accounting for certain things, but work on that for maybe, half hour, 45 minutes, do what you can, and then go back to your emails and work on those for another hour or so. This way, you're not going to be overwhelmed and stuck working on your emails because it's so easy to get bogged down on that. Also, with your emails, the first go round in the morning, try and do the simple things first. If there's emails that you don't need to take action on, file them away, get them out of your inbox, and then work on the ones that are going to take some more time. And also, Boomerang, use Boomerang. It's a wonderful option in Gmail. So if you come across an email that you've replied, like to a vendor asking them for information, and you're waiting for them to reply back, boomerang that email back for the next day or even 2 days later. So that in a couple of days, if you haven't heard from that vendor or manager or homeowner, you can contact them again and just say, what's the update on? Do you have an update on this? When can we expect this proposal? Those type of things. Use Boomerang because it unclutters your inbox. So that's less overwhelming. And it also is a reminder because we do so many emails that it's hard to remember what you should be checking up on. So Boomerang is a wonderful time saver and it's also helps your brain from being overwhelmed. Then on to your monthly stuff. I'll go over another video on how to do calendaring because that just is so it saved my life. It's saved my sanity in this job, just so that you can put things on the calendar and when you're supposed to send certain things out. So usually a month before, like we're in February now. So last January, I started scheduling things for February. And the same that I've already started scheduling things for March. So you always want to do it at least a month ahead of time. Basically, that means going in, looking at the calendar to see when your meetings are that you're supposed to attend, or even if you don't attend meetings, you probably are still in charge of making the agenda and putting together the board packets and that type of thing. But look to make sure that all your meetings are on the calendar. If they're not, double check with your manager, see if maybe something got changed, if it if the meeting didn't make it to the calendar. So that way you can work with your manager to see if maybe there was a change in a date. But once your meetings are confirmed, then you're going to go in there and set up reminders for yourself. So a week before your meeting, that's when you're going to send out your agendas and your packets to your board members. You're going to email blast your agendas. If you need the packets mailed, you're going to ask the Novas to mail them, give them instructions on that. You're going to schedule maybe 13, 14 days before the meeting. That's when you're going to draft your agenda and look on the previous minutes to see what was tabled that you still need to keep on the current agenda. But that gives you a little bit of time to work on the agenda, and then also to send that agenda to your manager and say, okay, here's the draft agenda. Do you have anything to add to it? And then they can look on their email list or their notes, and they can add to that and or put something in the current folders, which we should have current folders in every association, because that's where you're going to pull your agenda topics from. And it gives them a little bit of time to jog their memory, look through their files, and see what needs to be added or taken off the agenda. And then once your manager approves that agenda, then if your board prefers, you can send that agenda to your board and just say, here's the draft agenda. Do you have any edits or additions? Let me know by this date at this time. And if nobody contacts you by that date, that time, usually, 8 or 9 days before the meeting, then nothing needs to be changed. And then in your mind that you've given them plenty of time to review it. And then you can proceed with putting together your packet on the 7 days before the meeting. And you're also going to monthly put on there, like the day of the meeting, I prep my minutes. And that also jogs my memory of what the discussion topics are going to be, or the proposals that are going to come in. Kind of just refreshes my memory before the meeting so that I don't feel like I'm kind of floundering quite so much. And then the next day, I put complete minutes on the calendar so that I can clean up the minutes, because most of the time during the meeting, I am working on the minutes while the manager is conducting the meeting. And sometimes that's just putting in simple notes of, motion second carried, and then the name of the board members if they prefer that, or, motion denied, or motion, that kind of easy little notes. Also, which proposals were accepted, the name of the company, so that the next day when you're completing your minutes and cleaning them up, you can look at your proposal, get the name of the vendor, how much the proposal was for, and what it was for. So because you want to keep those kind of details in your minutes. So it just kind of makes it a little bit easier and gives you some time the next day to clean it up while your brain is fresh. Always, in my opinion, do your minutes at least the next day or 2 days after the meeting. You must do this. One, because that's when the meeting is fresh in your mind. You're going to remember those details that need to be added to the minutes. And you can just get it off your plate. You've scheduled that time. Sometimes it might take an hour or less the next day to do your cleanup on your minutes, usually less if you've already prepped them. And it just, you can knock it off your list. You know that your minutes are done. You're going to send those to your manager, say, here's the draft minutes, edit as needed. Or if you need some help on a topic that you didn't quite understand, you can highlight that topic on the minutes in yellow or something and let your manager know, I'm not quite sure about this topic. Please let me know what we need to put in there, or they'll actually fill in the blank. And then that way it's off your list and you don't have to worry about it. And then the manager also really appreciates that. And also it's Collins management policy that your minutes be done 2 days after the meeting at a minimum. So you have to get those minutes done, and it's just makes your life so much easier just to get it off your mind. I think that's it. We'll probably, like I said, add to this at some point. But if you have any questions, this is Julie. Just give me a call or text me, and I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you.